We hear of lab rats and how they are instrumental to experiments and lab research. Beyond that, the human mind is bound to ask questions as regards to the subject matter. How did we even reach the conclusion that we can work on rats and conclude that the results apply to humans? To some extent, we could say humans love animals, and using one like rats for experiments is almost killing for fun. 95% of lab experiments are carried out using rats, and that's to say that several rats have been lost to experiments. If you have ever wondered what makes them suitable for humans to shred them in parts and experiments on their tiny bodies, and how we can run human experiments on them, stick till the end of this video. Welcome back everyone to Blazing Zone, where we discuss intriguing and interesting facts about animals. But before we proceed, please subscribe to the channel by clicking the red subscribe button to help us reach a good number of subscribers. Remember to click the notification bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. We know that to find out if a particular thing works, there's no doubt you'll make sacrifices towards that effort. Humans are generally really inquisitive, and in our quest to find answers to finding out how the human body works in materials that would be safe to consume, we cannot use humans as specimens. That would be highly genocidal. However, there are some parts in history that suggest that a lot of humans lost their lives to some of the health breakthroughs we experience today. These stories suggest that we had doctors that were so vile to work on human bodies just to feed their curiosity. More so, the human biological process is complex and takes more time, in which the researcher might even come to no conclusion in years. So there was the need for an animal that can serve as a point of reference for human experiments. And now, is it safe to say that we have scientists so vile they don't value the life of rats? The history of humans using rats for experiments dates back to 1850, and today it's so common practice. But the question is, why rats? The mere reason that urges anyone to test on the little bodies of rats is their familiar biological behaviors with humans. Although humans and rats seem to be solely different from each other, they still share an unexpected number of features. These similarities include environmental, psychological, behavioral, and social characteristics. Rats have a reputation for being disease-carrying, and this is true to some extent. But rats have also been instrumental in saving human lives because of their use in laboratories. Rats and humans are both mammals who give birth to live babies. Both are warm-blooded, both have similar organs, including livers and hearts, both have similar nervous systems, both use similar hormones to regulate body functions, and both are susceptible to many of the same diseases, which are compelling enough to make them bring them to the lab for experiments. Rats can analyze consequences in a similar way that humans and other mammals do. This phenomenon is called metacognition, and rats and humans both have the ability for metacognition. Rats have demonstrated their ability to get addicted to substances, just like humans. They develop personality traits similar to humans, being optimistic or pessimistic. Rats also giggle when tickled and apparently look forward to having sex. These are similar human characteristics. Also, like humans, rats learn to avoid unpleasantness and seek rewards. Based on their personalities, they will exhibit varying degrees of tenaciousness to get what they want or to avoid what they don't want. For the physiological needs, they have the same algorithm as the humans, so it was a plus point to compel scientists to use them. They exhibit group behaviors similar to human social behaviors. For example, when overcrowded, male rats have been known to form gangs and exhibit dominance over other rats. It has been observed that rats develop social behaviors from infancy, which is a similar characteristic to humans. It's exceptional to believe that experimenting on a rat is all the same as scientists are experimenting on little humans. They reproduce in 21 to 23 days, while humans take more than 9 months, which makes it easy for scientists to study as it is not time-consuming. The reproductive system in rats works the same as in humans, so many experiments are done on them, taking no time. From formulating new cancer drugs to testing dietary supplements, rats play a critical role in developing new medical wonders. In fact, 95% of all lab animals are mice and rats. Scientists and researchers rely on rats for several reasons, and one of the reasons is that these rodents are small, easily housed and maintained, and adapt well to new surroundings. They also reproduce quickly and have a short lifespan of 2 to 3 years, so several generations of rats can be observed in a relatively short period of time. Now, the reasoning that scientists found in rats was compelling enough to experiment on rats, but the question is, there are a lot of animals having similar biological behavior to humans. Then why were rats the final pick? The reason behind why labs have been using rats for experiments is because of their small size. If they experiment on a chimpanzee, then it would be difficult to find a place to store the huge chimpanzee, and feeding them can be a huge mess. Labs need something easy to sustain. While rats take small places to live, eat very little, reproduce more due to their short life, and will die after serving a lot for humans. Rats are also relatively inexpensive and can be bought in large quantities from commercial producers that breed rodents specifically for research. The rodents are also generally mild-tempered and docile, making them easy for researchers to handle. Most of the rats used in medical trials are inborn, so that, other than sex differences, they are almost identical genetically. This helps make the results of medical trials more uniform. If you have some sort of sympathy for rats, you'd think, are there no other ways? Although computer models, cell cultures, as well as other research methods do reduce the number of animals used, there is no way to completely replace animal testing because the pathway to fully duplicating a whole living system does not yet exist. Cell cultures and computers are limited in what they can model. So for the welfare of humans, it is necessary to give some hard time to those little rats. Why rats are dear to science is also because scientists have been experimenting on them for ages. They are familiar with rats more than any other animal. Now, the question is, how did these experiments help mankind? Is it worth continuing? The laboratory rat has made invaluable contributions to cardiovascular medicine, neural regeneration, wound healing, diabetes, transplantation, behavioral studies, and space motion sickness research. Rats have also been widely used to test drug effectiveness and safety. Improved models in all these areas of research should result from our new knowledge of the rat genome. Almost all disease-linked human genes have counterparts in the rat. Pinpointing these should help researchers to develop rat genetic models of human disease. Rats are often used to study behavior in psychology experiments. Their brains are larger than mice, and the animals are less timid and more intelligent. Although rats do not think like humans, some of their brain structure resembles the more primitive elements of human brains, and hence they can be used to model some human behaviors. So experimenting on rats is worth continuing, and it's pertinent to note that rats have saved the human race from becoming specimens for experimenting. Well, I hope now you know why experiments are done on rats. That would be all on this video. If you enjoyed my content and would like to see more like this, kindly hit the like button as it motivates me to produce more video content. Please subscribe to my channel and remember to click the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop a new video. Bye for now, see you in the next video.